Welcome, everybody. This is our AMA with Universal Nodes. I'm joined with Cole and Stud. So, Stud, if you want to go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us what your project is about, go right ahead.
Hello everyone. My name is Stud. I come from a science background. I jumped in blockchain around 2017, late 2017, right before the boom. Yeah, I missed out on a lot of that. Started as an investor, went on, and I picked up a lot of C++ coding. After that, I picked up Solidity. I started to do blockchain dev work, and yeah, I started doing some side projects with other projects until I started to do my own, which is no, Universal Nodes. Universal Nodes, it's a DeFi project. If you may ask, what is DeFi? Is a decentralized finance. DeFi is a concept that describes financial services that are built on public blockchains such as Bitcoin. Example that enables users to earn interest or borrow against their cryptocurrency holdings. And you may ask, what is a node? A node it's actually a store, spread or preserve of blockchain data that can be said to exist on nodes. So nodes, therefore, are frameworks of a blockchain. They validate transactions on the blockchain. So my project is DeFi as a service and also Node as a service. So it applies in two states. So we'll use DeFi as a service and we'll also use Node as a service. So we'll validate our transactions on the blockchain. How it works is that how you form a node in our protocol is that you use two coins. So you will use our native coin, which is we call it a ULAND, and you also use a stable token, which in this case, since we will be in the Avalanche network, it will be the meme. So you have 50% of our ULAN token, and you have 50% of the stable token, which is the meme, and you'll form a node. From that, you can form a node which will earn you about 1% ROI. So we have a system where we use NFTs. So those NFTs, they actually limit the number of nodes you can have. How do they limit? So without having any NFT, you can have a maximum of about 10 nodes. This is usually is used due for sustainability for our protocols because we realize that if we let users grow infinity amount of nodes, we can have walls that can run our project essentially by just dumping anytime they want and buying a lot of nodes, right? So we decided to have a system where we can limit the number of nodes using NFTs. So if you don't have any NFT, you can have about 10 nodes, which means you can build about 10 planets, where we call it something like having water and land. So our U land, we call it a land, and having water is like the stable coin. So in order to form a node, you'll need those two. Also, so we have different types of NFTs. So the NFTs we have the black hole NFT, we have the nebula NFT, we have the binary star NFT. We also have the stars NFTs. So those are three types of NFTs that we have. So those NFTs help you in what we call space interest, something like space time. So space interest, what that means is that once you have an NFT, it allows you to have more space for having more nodes. So it allows you to get more nodes. So it's that, and then also interest. So if you get more nodes, that means you get more interest. If you get an NFT, you get more space. So that's why we call it space interest. So those black holes NFTs, they will be limited. We'll have about 10,000 of them, which 7,000 of them will sell them during pre-sale, which will hold around the end of the month of April, around 29th of April. So we'll sell 7,000 of black hole NFTs. So the other NFTs will sell them once a month just so that we stabilize our tokens and we also make sure that we are sustainable by not flooding uh the ecosystem with NFTs. So having NFTs will give you a bit of utility. One of the most unique utility you have is that you have your monthly fees reduction. So what that means is instead of having selling and buying tax, we'll have something of uh, monthly fees. So that allows, so if you have a black hole NFT, so our monthly fees will actually be $50 per month for each for actually anyone who has those nodes. So if you have a black hole NFT, that will reduce that 50 dollars to about $5 a month. That's how they work. So they work with that with other NFTs, so they reduce your monthly fees. I just can't remember the other ones, but I also remember that the Star NFT reduces your fees from 50 to about $10 a month. So that's how we use our NFTs to also gain traction. So we're also building other products in terms of our platform. One that we have built already is the NFT marketplace. It will be ready for production around maybe this week or the beginning of next week. And we're also building something, we call it the Rush. What is it? Rush Gold Rush. We call it the Gold Rush. We're building this with another platform that is called Rush DAO. So we're going to use this platform in us. So what happens with the Gold Rush is that we'll have people entering, sort of like it's like a sweepstakes. So we have people entering like a lottery. They put their money in there. So we're going to have a port that will show how much money is being entered. After that is being entered, there's going to be a prize to be won. So in our case, when we're starting, we're going to start with our NFTs, black hole NFTs. We're going to put those up for grabs. So we have people that enter there and then they join, and then we're going to use the chain link VRF to randomize the selection of choosing the winner. After a certain time, we're going to get the randomized value from Chainlink, and then that is going to give us who the winner of that prize is, and then we're going to hand that prize to that person. And then what we'll do with the pot is that 75% of the pot that was generated from that lottery will be used to actually get the next prize. The prize will be voted by the people who have the voting power. So people who are going to get the voting power, actually people who are going to buy their black hole NFTs at the beginning. So buying black hole NFTs during pre-sale will actually be advantageous in also getting like the voting power for voting of the prices that we'll have. So we'll collab with a lot of projects to also have their to also do a giveaway for their prices and also buy some of their NFTs or either nodes or anything else that their public deems visible for us to buy with the pot that we generate. And then 25% of that will be used for buybacks and also will be used for giveaways and also will be used in terms of like a utility for people that are holding black hole NFTs to get a percentage from. Yeah, and we'll build more stuff as we go along. Yeah, that's about what the project is at right now. We currently working on the smart contract for our protocol. We'll finish hopefully around this month, and then we'll do an audit before that. And we this week we'll start going for a seed fund where we'll try to get money so that we can do a KYC. We've already spoken to the guys at the Obsidian Council. They reviewed our project. They actually like it, so they say we are good to go with doing the KYC with them. So now we just need the funds, which will generate when we announce the seed fund during this week. Yep, that's it.
Awesome. That's a great explanation. You sure know your project and what it's about, so that's always good to know.
Thanks.
But one
Thanks.
one question I had was, and I'm sure we'll unpack a lot of the other stuff as we get further and further on, but just off of first glance, a lot of node projects advertise their daily ROIs and the returns that people are going to have in their white paper. So I did not see that for your project. So what are the returns that your nodes are going to be giving for the holders?
I mentioned that I said is 1% ROI.
Is that per day?
The reason- Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The reason we did not advertise that in the white paper is because we didn't want people following us because of crazy ROIs and stuff like that. We just wanted them to know that what we're building is sustainable and can work without just trying to get people to jump in because of the crazy ROI. So we're trying to build a sustainable project, and we're also working on a smart contract to make sure that what we're saying is sustainable. So we've never said it in the white paper yet. But now that we know that it's sustainable to have 1%, that we're going to update the white paper actually. Yeah,
Okay.
that. Okay.
And what made you determine that 1% was sustainable? I'm just curious, like what analysis you did to get to that point.
We actually try to look at what how much money we're going to generate with the NFTs, especially the black hole NFTs, which we are going to sell during the pre-sale. And we looked at the liquidity we're going to have, and we also I'm sorry I did not mention this. We have a data scientist in our field. As I mentioned, I also come from a science and maths background. So yeah, we're doing a little bit of maths and optimization to see which one is sustainable. I mean, like realistically, 3% can be sustainable for around 6 months with the money we can generate with the pre-sale, but just so to make sure that we try to push that to about a year of sustainability.
Okay, and then what happens after that year then? What's your plan then?
I mean, like we're not going to have a treasury and sit with it. You know, we're going to invest with that, so we'll always have something more. So if we have a year of runway, we'll always have something we can do with the treasury. As I said, we're building more products, which hopefully are going to build to bring more investments and bring more money. We're going to invest in a lot of projects. And we're also trying to team up with a lot of play to earn games. One of the partnerships that we have right now is Village Finance.
Mhm.
We have a partnership with them. We're working together with them. We're going to be able to exchange our tokens for them. You're going to be able to buy our NFTs with their tokens, vice versa. You can buy their NFTs with our token too. So we're going to try to get those partnerships with a lot of projects to make sure that our treasury is not just an art sitting in a vault.
Yeah, that's good.
So when you say the one way or the 1 year runway for the assets in the treasury, is that assuming that there's no growth in that versus when you do invest them? That's when you
Exactly.
say you can withstand longer.
Exactly.
Okay, that
Exactly.
makes sense.
But here's a good thing about it. We can have a runway of that, and then we can release NFTs. As I said, the other NFTs we release them once a month, so that will also generate more money for us once we release those NFTs. So they will also increase our runway.
Okay, but in turn, when you do release those NFTs, then that means more nodes can be created, correct?
Yes, 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 true.
Okay, interesting. I do like the model of controlling the amount of nodes that can be minted. So there's kind of that control of the selling pressure that is created from those node rewards that are put out. So
Exactly. That controls the number of nodes you can have and also the selling pressure, but it also controls the your runway, you know. It can help your runway in a lot. And also one thing I didn't mention is that we'll have like as I said, we have monthly fees. So let's say you don't pay your fees for I think we'll have that for open for like 3 to 5 months. So if let's say you don't pay your monthly fees for 1 month, so you'll get another month for free, and then maybe two more months for free. But if you don't pay for like 4 months, and then we'll probably stop paying you dividends for your notes. Why we doing that is because sometimes we know that people lose their keys, and sometimes maybe someone just happens not to be interested in anything to do with cryptocurrency anymore. So we don't want to be giving rewards to someone who's no longer paying interest to their wallets or keys. So we're going to stop giving that. So we're going to save a lot in terms of maybe if someone is not no longer paying attention or maybe getting their rewards.
yeah, that makes sense. I think a lot of other node projects do it that way too, where if somebody doesn't pay their monthly fees, then their node gets deactivated. So I do agree
Yeah,
that that is a good way to go. If somebody's not willing to
yeah,
participate in the ecosystem, why should they benefit from it, right?
yeah, yeah. But the node will always be there. So once you come back and you start paying again, your node will always be there.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
One other thing that I saw is you don't have a claim tax, correct?
Yes.
A lot of node projects kind of rely on that claim tax to kind of have another source of revenue for their project. Is there like a reason why you didn't want to claim tax? Is that just to have more of like that frictionless process for the users, or is there a little bit more to that?
Yeah, we just wanted to have like a system that like when you know that you have $100 to cash in, you cash in $100, you know. We are a very transparent project in that because I think having claim tax it's doesn't make sense because you bought the notes and you're not getting those notes and you're not getting those notes back, right?
Right.
To buy that you buy that. So why have a claim tax for that? So we decided not to have that. We are going to have it in the code though, but we're not going to have it in terms of like running it on anyone. We're only going to use it when needed, when we see that someone is abusing our node system. So that's when you're going to use it. But we're going only going to use it to specific people, not everyone. So we're not going to have a claim text for someone who's just getting his passive income, participating, doing things right. So yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Makes sense to me. I'm not like
Yeah.
ultra familiar with like the technical sides of node projects, so having you explain that stuff to me is definitely beneficial. So I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I was
Yeah.
actually curious if you could expand more upon the concept of space interest and how that plays into the other concepts you were talking about with like limiting how many nodes people can buy and all that.
Yeah. Uh, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, could you just touch more upon the concept of space interest that you go over in your white paper?
Okay. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, space interest is basically creating more space, and if you create more space, therefore you create more interest, right?
Mhm.
So what does that mean is that once when you start to join our platform, you're just going to have a space of about ten nodes, which is like 10 planets, like a solar system, right? So you're going to have a space of 10 planets. You can buy 10 planets and have them generate money for you. But you cannot have more than that until you buy an NFT, right? So once you have one star, that will give you something like a solar system. So you have 10 planets and one star in the middle, which is like an NFT. So that's going to give you an extra space of five more planets. So you can add five more planets. What does that mean? It means you can have five planets with the star NFT plus your 10 planets that you get from us, which is like a free space essentially that you get from us. So adding higher NFTs allows you to get more space, so that having more space allows you to have more interest in terms of your ROI.
Yeah, sounds good. I appreciate the explanation. I think that really ties a lot of the parts of the project together. So that's good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Any more questions, guys?
yeah. I did have one about. First of all, when is launch exactly? I know your white paper is just April, but there's an exact date, so I don't know if that's decided yet.
No, okay, we wanted to launch this month, but we decided to actually push it a little bit back around maybe May, because we decided that we rather focus on having the marketplace first, because we're going to take out the NFTs first, as I said, for pre-sale NFT pre-sale mint. So that's what we're going to do first. So we said we rather have the marketplace first and have maybe the gold rush also running, just so we get the community engaging, and then after that then we can start launching our project. As I said, this is not a fork, so we're writing the code from scratch. So we're trying to focus to make sure that everything is written properly without any pressure of just writing a code, so that we have bugs later on and we can move on to V2. So we'd rather have our V1 strong enough that when we move to V2, we're moving there because of there's something unique we're adding to the platform.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then a lot of node projects rely on good marketing to really get kind of standing out compared to the other projects around them. What are your marketing plans for the next month up until launch, if you have some that you're willing to share?
Currently, I can't share much, but one of the marketing tactics we're going to use now until then is doing more AMAs with a lot of groups, like with a lot of investment groups and stuff like that. That's what we're going to do. I don't think we're necessarily looking to do a lot of, I don't know, a lot of people text us about doing paid promotion and stuff like that. I feel like that is fake. You getting people to jump into your projects expecting things that are not there. So we're trying to get people who actually understand that this platform will be here for a long time. So that's why we pushing the AMAs. what we're going to add in terms of our marketing as we go forward. As I said, we'll try to work with the Obsidian because they'll help us in terms of marketing and promotion. So we don't know what they have there, but currently us will just be doing AMMAs and just doing contest for whitelist and stuff like that. So that's basically our tactic for now, but we'll add more to it later on. And we also be talking to some YouTube guys to do marketing for us. In terms of paid promotion, we have not done any yet. And I don't think the team is looking to do that because most of the paid promotion, you're giving money to somebody who doesn't even care about your project. So we want to give people who care about our project, who support our project. That's when we'll do probably paid promotion for that time. But in terms of like just doing paid promotion for somebody who doesn't care, then I don't think we're looking at that.
Yeah, that makes sense. The day that our project got listed on CoinMarketCap, I think I had probably between 50 and 100 DMs to just myself about, "Hey, are you interested in this paid promotion?" And I can almost guarantee you 99 out of 100 of those were scams. And
Exactly.
it's pretty annoying just to have to delete all those messages if not respond to them. So I'm definitely
Yeah,
with you on
yeah.
that one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I get a lot of DMs from people, and I try to read all of them because sometimes you never know who you find, you know?
Right.
But yeah, that's one thing you gotta deal with, you know? Like, you have to open your DM so that sometimes somebody was gonna text you with good intentions. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
It's fun, it's very hard and hectic to maintain. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, those are all the questions
exactly.
I had. I don't know if Cole, you had any more.
Yeah, I got another question for you. I'm
Okay.
it's cool that you're looking to partner with play to earn games, like the one that you mentioned, and more in the future, just to help the sustainability of the project long term. Could you
Yeah.
describe what you look for in a play to earn game that you would want to partner with? Because I assume you want to be decently picky, since these partnerships, whether they're good or bad, that'll help determine the success of your project.
Yeah, firstly, we're looking at something that's definitely going to return our investment. I think that's the first thing because any money that we're going to invest in this project is not just going to be our money, it's going to be our people who invest in us. So we're looking at something that's going to return our investment, something that has long-term vision with a good team. That's those are the first three things we look into, and then we'll have our data scientist guy run a background check and look at whatever method they have, their ROIs, and how much they will be making in terms of like if it's a good day or a good bad day, something like that. And then we'll have the people that who hold their governance token. We'll have a governance token for voting and stuff. And then we'll bring them to our table so that we can have an interview with them just to check so that the people with the governance token can be able to decide whether this is a good project or not. So with terms of village finance, we did a bit of that. We did not have the governance token yet. So teaming up with village finance just relied mostly on the team. In the future, we'll have that and working around that.
That's good. I appreciate that answer a lot. And then for other long-term vision, what kind of other utility are you gonna plan on adding to the project at some point?
I mean, like we have a DEX planned. Since our liquidity is going to be large, as I said, we build our nodes. Do not actually rely on just one, so it's a
Hmm.
liquidity node. Actually, you can call it like that. So we have a stable and a token, so which also brings liquidity. So we'll have a DEX. With that will allow us to build our DEX very quickly. So we're going to have our DEX where we're going to be able to swap with other tokens. Also, we'll also try to okay. This one it's a huge stretch. I will also try to build something in terms of Tom Fox. I can't confirm that because that's something that we're still working on. We have
Hmm.
not decided if it's good for us or not. So that's one of the things that we're trying. So we'll try anything, we'll try everything and look at everything and see which one is sustainable and which one can help us to grow and become a better project. We'll try everything in the DeFi space, basically.
Yeah, sounds good. I appreciate the long-term vision. I definitely
Yeah.
see the project going far.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else are we doing right now. I can't seem to think. Oh, there's something I'm forgetting. Yeah, there's something I'm forgetting. But yeah, that's one of the things that we're working on. But the teamwork now.
Sounds good. But yeah,
Yeah.
if there's any other things you want to mention, I guess now would be a great time. But other than that, I know I don't have any more questions, and Cole, I think, was done. So,
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm hoping everyone that finds this video they can join us at Universal Notes. You can check us on Twitter, you can check us on Discord, you can check us on YouTube. We'll be posting our MAs there daily, weekly. So yeah, once you find this video, just join us, and that's it from me. Thank you guys.
all right, perfect. We'll leave all of the links and all that in the description, so it'll be quick and easy to access that. But we really appreciate your time. I know you're a busy guy and got lots of stuff to do, so taking this 30 minutes out of your day, we really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank you.
for having me, Zach and Cole. Thanks.
Yep.
Of course.
Have a good one.